Sorry. We're going to give you 10 minutes to explain your robot any programs that you may have, and then we're going to be asking some questions. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Who put this up?
This is Miles and Nicole.
Well, for programming, robot works, we had to make sure that the robot was fully charged, so it would do the exact things that we wanted it to, or else it would be doing all different things. For speed versus performance, the slower it is, the more consistent what we want it to do will happen. Missions order, we started the programming by adapting the plane, and then we went to the tsunami. And then we went to, then we've been trying to get the green guy and trying to get the gas. And then we turn straight into red, and then we go. That's kind of our program.
For accessories, we made a template so the robot would leave base at the same spot every time, and so it continued in a straight line. The robot wasn't going straight, so we added little guides to the inside part of the wheels, and we added a third layer to improve the stability. We have to move it a lot in between programs, so we built it so it wouldn't break as often. For picking up and capturing items, we added a handle on one side so we could pick up supplies and people. We also made a sweeper to go over the dog and the cat and bring them back into the base without interfering with the tree. And we tried to add another arm to pick up the green guy, but it caused more problems, so we ended up not doing that. And we also moved the water from the handle that we picked it up with, which is that, to a little hook on the side, which is right there where the dog and cat we put on when it gets in the base. For transporting items, we made a bucket for the people and the supplies that started in the base to go in so we can get points for it when it came into the zone. And we added a handle so we could have the animals on it through the rest of the program and the water bottle. For changing accessories, we designed a sweeper, like I talked about before, to get the dog and the cat. And we added it onto our main program, our main attachment. And we did that to minimize time and attachment changing needs. And we take it off after the first program.
For robot, for the wheels, we found that the wheels needed adjustments every 2 months or so, because after a while when we run them, they start getting closer and closer to away from the robot. So every couple months we have to push them back in, because it makes it so it goes straight differently and turns.
Okay, that's everything to recalibrate your motors, and it will be more consistent over time. That's a good point.
And for inconsistencies, kind of like with the wheels, that kind of ties in the wheels and the performance and the power.
For the sensors, for the color sensor, we began testing the robot with the color sensor, but we struggled to achieve variance in colors/light. So we found it due to bad lighting over the table, but we still didn't end up using the color and light sensor. For the gyro sensor, we actually use the gyro sensor to get more precise turns versus just using the move tank and steering. We moved the gyro sensor from the bottom right of the robot to the top to see if it provided more consistent turns, so it's right there. We attempted to use the ultrasonic sensor for the tsunami release, but the tsunamis didn't offer a solid structure to reflect off of. We did successfully use it watched YouTube videos on how to attend programming and how to use the sensors. And when we got a good feeling for the programming sensors, we used lots of trial and error. So we tested like rotations versus degrees, move tank, and steering versus general sensor, etc. And we also went to the fire station for our project, and they gave us more training tips and stuff.
Okay. So how did you decide what missions you were going to do first? Or did you try to do all the missions?
No, when the project when the goal first came out, we attempted the tree and we couldn't get that for a while. So then we started to try, and then we tried the tsunami and we got that, and then we wanted to get the plane, and then when we got the plane, we thought it would be a good idea to just go from the plane and then the tsunami, and then work our way over that way, because at first we were going to attempt to get the green guy in the house, but then when we couldn't get the house, we just started to try and get the green guy. And then once we got him, we went to the gas, and then when we got that, we went through how many points we would have had, and we didn't want to use up too much time, so we thought we should just go to the red base.
That's right.
Also,
Go ahead.
we tried to push the ambulance over there with a different programming, but we realized that we couldn't make the robot go in a straight line for too long, and so it would start to wobble back and forth and start changing direction. So we really kind of went so it wouldn't have to go too far, too long. So like we did. The farthest is probably from the gasoline to the red base, or the red zone. That's probably the furthest, because tried from the base to the blue zone over there, and it did not work. So we tried to keep it lower and moving.
So I see that we have some blocks in here. Can somebody?
Well, those are our programs. This program is when we went to get the cat and dog. So we would go forward, drop our attachment over here. We come forward.
Here, Miles, I have it on the computer for you to see. So,
You for food first. Yeah.
maybe. So, this is our first programming, going to get the dog and the cat. So this pretty much just shows both of our programs. And, should I explain this to you stuff, like what we do in this thing?
Just go to each block.
Okay, so right here, we just move forward. We moved the sweeper down to get the dog. Then we came back around to the base. Then we went forward. This is when we moved it back up and we went forward. Then we moved it back down to get the cat, and then we brought it back into the base right here.
Nice job. Nice explaining. Okay. Guys, we have a couple of minutes left. Would you like to demonstrate your role?
Sure. Can you put the template, please?
Yeah.
Miles, okay, do you want me to go further? Oh, thank you. And then we also we like took the starting things that were in the base, and we already have them in here, but we just put them on the side in these buckets, which was made by attachment.
Okay.
So
You guys running both programs or just the second one?
just the second one, and if we have time left for the first one.
And the only one we need to run through.
Oh, only one program?
Oh, you guys should do the wish I could tell you. Here.
So it's the same Jeep that you use for both programs. You just rotate it.
Yeah, we use the same template.
Also, we would make sure to put these in.
Yeah, we already explained that.
Yeah, we just interesting.
Oh, there, oh, okay.
Here, scoot back a little bit.
Our table is actually shorter, so the robot would go straight usually at our table, but we found that these tables are higher, so the robot's turning.
So we
So we just have to adjust it when we get that.